The first type of animation in Inspire Studio 19.3 is the keyframe animation with the Move tool. To do that, we need to select an object, invoke the Move tool, and the Move tool by default have the auto keyframe on for all the channels. To set the keyframe, it's enough to move the object, and immediately a new keyframe is added at the current time position. We can now move a few seconds in the timeline, move again, find a new position and possibly rotation, move forward a few seconds and find a new position or rotation. The dots in the trajectory mark each second. We can see the keyframes as these little diamonds in the timeline. We can drag back and forward the current time to see how the objects animate. It is possible also to disable the auto keyframe for whatever channel we want in order to provide a keyframe only for a specific channel. We can, for example, disable everything but rotation, find a new position in the timeline and specify a certain rotation at this point. Now, the trajectory of the object does not change, only the rotation will be affected for this new keyframe. It's also possible to disable the auto keyframe for all the channels, and at the position we want, we can find a new position, but then we have to specifically click the Set Keyframe button to set this as a new keyframe. And here we can choose exactly for which channels we want to specify the keyframe. In this case, we can disable everything but the position. In this case, we will have a new position keyframe, but the rotation will not be changed. The rotation will be driven by the other keyframes where we have a rotation. The Move tool animation is usually used for objects. It can be used for cameras, but with cameras we have an additional possibilities to use the interactive view controls to orient and position the camera. To do so, we choose the camera we want to animate, and we interactively position the camera, and in this case there is no auto keyframe enabled. We have to click this button in the view to specify that we want to add a new keyframe with the current camera position and rotation. In this case, the set keyframe will not be useful because the set keyframe works on the currently selected object, which in this case is the cube, not the camera. So for the camera, we need to click this icon here. Then we can move forward a little bit, change the orientation, for example, find another orientation, click the keyframe button, move forward again, find another orientation, maybe also another position, and click the keyframe button again. Now also the camera is animated. We can see the camera moving and roughly following the object. This camera animation is works best for small camera changes. For if we need the camera to follow a precise trajectory, it's better to use the move tool and move the camera using the move tool. That way we will see exactly, we will have more control on the exact trajectory of the camera. Also for the camera, if we select the camera, we can see the actual trajectory that is going to follow, and we can see it in action by moving the current time backward and forward.